Hello, my name is Robin Kelch. I she, her pronouns, and I am the Senior Director of Partnerships at Communities and Schools of Chicago, or CIS of Chicago. And I'm very excited to be talking to you because we are very excited to be welcoming new schools into our network for the 22-23 school year. So let's dig in a little bit. So who is CIS of Chicago? CIS of Chicago is an organization that is dedicated to removing barriers so that students can unlock their potential and stay on the path to graduation. So what that means is we want to make sure that students and school communities really completely have access to the resources, services, and programs they need to be successful, okay? And we are part of a national network, so there are CIS affiliates across the nation, and we have been in Chicago since 1988 doing the great work that we do today. So what do we do? These six buckets or squares or focus areas, however you want to think about them, is how we sort of think about the different services, programs, resources that we do connect to our school partners. So you can see here that they range from academic support to counseling and supportive guidance, health and wellness. So think of it as really what are your needs? And then we get to work on meeting those needs. So whether it be a connection to a mobile health unit or a parent program on financial literacy or a field trip to the art institute, any and all of those things would be something that we would work to make sure that your school had access to and really had a warm handoff. So not just handing over the yellow pages, but making sure it's curated to meet your school's needs. So related to that, and the how that we do it is working to build relationships. So, nothing can happen without an understanding of what's going on, what's going great, and working to build relationships and trust so that when we do have a program referral to send to a school, we're able to facilitate that connection positively, which brings us to that second point here and facilitating those connections. So it's not here's a list of stuff, go for it. It's us listening to what the needs are of our school and then responding to that with program referrals from our community partners. So we work with around 200 community partners that ebbs and flows, but just to give you some idea of the scale there. And then once we facilitate those connections, we want to see the connection all the way through from the start to finish. And on the back end, we might ask for some feedback. How was that program? How was that session? How was the process of scheduling? So that we know what we need to do in terms of building capacity of our community partners to better meet those needs. So that brings us to that third area here in terms of training and convening partners. We have navigate for our community partners and activate for our school partners. And we say train and convene because we don't bring folks together solely for the purpose of skill building every time. Sometimes it's about building community or sharing resources or finding ways to be better collaborators. So let's talk about the benefits of partnership. Program connections. As we talk to our partners and have our annual survey, that usually, I shouldn't say usually, always comes through as the number one benefit to partnership. It's basically a curated program connection specifically for my school or specifically for my community organization is what we do well and what our partners cite as a benefit to partnership. And as we mentioned, Activate, that training and convening series is certainly a benefit. And then the dedicated school partnership specialist, which maybe should list number one, because that person is somebody who can take your wondering of, I wish I had, wouldn't it be great if only there was a community organization who could come do, we take that wonder and that I wish into reality. So your dedicated school partnership specialist certainly wants to hear about your needs and celebrate your wins with you. And that is really something that can't be overstated how beneficial that is. And then evidence-based program model. We did a randomized control trial study a few years back, and the results clearly showed that students that participated were a member of a school community that participated in the Communities and Schools Partnership Program were found to have better scores and be more proficient in math and reading, which we know is a clear indicator for high school graduation, what we're ultimately looking to do here. So we know our program works, which is no surprise to any of you, right? More caring adults in your school community, caring for your school community equals better outcomes for your school. And then we're in it for the long haul. Once we welcome a school into our partnership, we consider you part of the CIS family for the long haul. So there's no reapplication process, nothing like that. We are proud to work with you for as long as you need us. And then all of this is at no cost to our partner schools or students. We're careful to say no cost because we know money comes from somewhere. It just will not come from our school partners, and that's something that we take pride in. Just to give you some idea of where we currently are in the scope, we are in 175 schools. You can see the breakdown there between our partnership program, what I'm talking about today, and our intensive program, which is where we embed a master's level mental health professional in a school community to work alongside behavioral health teams and make sure students have the resources they need, in addition to bringing in whole school support, like we do in our partnership program. Um, and we're representing, 58 out of 77 community areas. What I wanted to illustrate here is not only that we have reach across the city, but that there is no geographic requirement for our partnership. When you think about, do I fit into this or do I meet the criteria? The criteria is really, are you a CPS school? Do you have needs for your school community that we can help support? Do you have a dedicated person in your school community who could be our main liaison or our site coordinator? Typically, that's the school's social worker or counselor. And then do you have school leadership support to make sure this partnership happens, right? We need sort of everybody to be involved and to be bought in order to do the best work that we can and impact the most students as possible. So our timeline for all of this in terms of when this is going down and what you need to look out for, the week of January 3rd, so right in that new calendar year of 2022, we're going to release our applications. And they are a Google form, so they will be real simple, compatible with CPS for you to fill out and get that back over to us. It'll just automatically submit, and we'll see it. Those applications are due in February. The application is not very cumbersome. There's not a lot of info you need ahead of time, some basic info about your school and some information about what your needs are and why you're interested in our partnership. Because the interviews that will happen in April and May are really key to this process for us to understand, are we able to meet expectations, and is there infrastructure in place by which this partnership can be successful? We'll notify status of application in June and have a partner orientation in August for those schools that we're able to welcome. So that is our timeline. And then I want to make sure that you have contact information for myself and my colleague, Sukata Bell. Sukata wasn't able to make it today for the recording of this video, but she is our Associate Director of School Partnerships and is an excellent resource. And then my contact information is also included here. Either of us would welcome hearing from you, even if it's just a quick chat to check in to make sure we know who you are and where you're at. We very much welcome that. So we really hope that you were able to see this video, and we hope to see your applications coming in the new calendar year. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.